Hello and welcome to the Imperfect Tesla. On the channel, we do lots of reviews of our product. We also share tips and tricks that help you during your installation or just things we've learned along the way of having Tesla Model Ys. And today, I have a product from Teslasy. This is going to be a 8.9-inch screen that goes in front of the driver. And this is for your Model 3, Highland, Model Y, Juniper, editions. And so we all know that Model 3 and Model Y do not have the screen in front of the driver like you have in Model S and the Model X. And so you're stuck with having to look to the side for a lot of things, your speed, your gear that you're in, a lot of things. And now with FSD, if you have FSD, it nags you a lot once you look at that screen for 2 seconds, right? So how can you improve your visibility of some of the things you need to know without having to change your view too much? Yes, I get it that you're not looking for so long on that screen, that's not a big deal, but there's also benefits of just having stuff directly in front of you. And so for those of you that are interested in having a screen in front of you, here's an option here from Teslasy. Like I said, this is an 8.9-inch screen, and so I'll go through this package here in a little bit, and then we'll go through what's in there, what you can expect to see in the box, and then we'll go through the installation. All right, let's talk about what you have in this box. So you've got that. First, you've got your user manual. It doesn't really give you a lot of information about installation, and so just there's that. And then you've got a little bit of electrical tape. You've got your cabling. This is going to be your data and power, right? This we're not going to plug into anything, so that's that. You've got a pry tool, and then I'm gonna get this. Before I get into that, there's also this that's in here. This is a kind of a guide wire, and we'll talk about where this comes in handy, because when you put the screen under the dash, you gotta feed the wires to the right side, the passenger side, and so this is supposed to help you get these wires in there. And so again, we'll talk about how this comes in handy when we're installing. And then this is the actual screen itself. Like I said, this is an 8.9-inch, so it's about 9-inch, so it's pretty sizable. The way they've designed this is supposed to fit to where it takes your AC air and feeds them out from under here. So it's not going to be blocking your AC, right? The AC still comes through here and it comes out from under here. So of course, you're not going to be able to, well, we'll see how well it works when you move the air up or down or do it in swing mode when you come in through here. And then you've got the cables that will connect to the other cables over here for the data. So that's the device and what you have in it. Again, it looks very simple. You're plugging this into your CAN bus and the power. You're gonna fit this under the dash. You're gonna mount this onto the behind the steering, plug that in, and should be it. So easy on paper. Let's go get into the work itself now, and we'll see how it goes. All right, everything is powered off. I'm gonna power on the screen now, and then we're gonna see what happens. Step on the brakes, and there we go. It gets a little welcome screen, and we are in business. It's functional. I'm not gonna mess with the settings just yet, but I can see I've played with it already to see if I put it in gear. Um, you see here, it changes to drive. It goes to reverse. If I put it on neutral, it does neutral here too. And so um, it shows that I have both doors open. That's correct. It shows that the trunk is open. That's correct. But I want to finish up everything else first and clean up what I have going on here. And then once I have everything else cleaned up, we'll go through the settings and then we'll go from there. What I need to do now is just get this wires tucked away. This, like I said, it's not going to be used. I'm going to see if I can actually route it to come out here too. So that's that. I'm just going to tuck things under this. I'm going to use a plastic one so I don't do any damages. All right. Perfect. Okay, now it's time to put this back. So I'm going to align all the clips and where things go. And then once you have that, it's just a matter of just clipping things back in place. Okay. All right. We're going to go to the passenger side, put things away over there too, and then we'll come back to the screen. So this guy here, I'm still going to pull this out so I can go from here and slide in. And that's it. And then tuck this back in. Everything is back in place. Okay, everything is all done and cleaned up, and so as you can see again from the screen, it's picking, let's get this into focus if we can. It shows that the trunk is open. I'm going to close the trunk from here and we'll see what happens. It doesn't show you the movement of the trunk going, but it shows that it's closed. I'm going to close this door, also picks that up. Okay, so now let's get to some settings, right? Actually, I'm going to take this off so you can have a fully clearer view. All right, so you swipe from the top down, and that's how you get to see settings. And so it's got a few things. You got some passenger controls. You've got mirror controls. It folds, and right there, it just folded and folded my mirror. So you do have some controls there. I can choose to open up the passenger door. There we go. And so that's useful there. And then on the left side of the screen, you have some other things. This is CarPlay, Android Auto. You got volume up or down. You have, I'm going to assume, I haven't checked them out yet. And then let's go into settings. So settings, language is going to be English, time zone. I'm here in Eastern. I guess I have to just keep going until I get to, I'm looking for -5, okay. Temperature is currently saying Celsius. I'm gonna make it a Fahrenheit. Hour system, I prefer the 12-hour system, so I'm gonna do this. US speed limit, I'll turn that on. Tire pressure unit, it says bar. I'm gonna make that to be, oh, I can't change it. I wanna make that PSI. All right, so now let's see if I have any improved controls now. So go back to settings. Okay, that did something. And then I want to go to tire pressure. That's PSI. Car model color, white. So dark gray, blue, red, silvery, white. I have a quicksilver, so I'll pick silvery, I guess. So you've got a theme, UI2, Rainbow Road, I'm going to turn that off. Front camera, let's turn that on. Audio output is built-in speaker, and then phone link is split screen. For now, let's just go back home and then see how things look just for now. All right, so now the car says silver. This is tracking the time that I've been traveling for, how many miles I've gone, my speed. And if I put it in drive, when you turn your signal on, it does show you the turn signal. It shows the headlights, seatbelt status, speed limits. It's going to tell you tire pressure. I like that it's actually showing the same view that you see for Tesla. All right, it's saying drive ready. If I go into reverse, that's all show me reverse. It doesn't show me the camera, which is fine. And if I put it in park, it reverts back to the default view. So that's one UI. I know you can go back down here and change this theme. This is UI 1. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. So if I do drive, you just see this view here. All right. So see if we do Apple CarPlay. I'm going to test the CarPlay and see how that works. Okay. So I did do CarPlay and it works. So now it's on a CarPlay screen, and of course you can scroll and see everything. And here, if I do exit, it splits. I want to try the setting that says phone link. I'm gonna have it be split again and then see what happens when I enable CarPlay with it being split. I would like to see if it show me CarPlay on one side and everything else on one side. So let's see how that plays out. I scroll down, enable CarPlay here, it's connecting, and then perfect. So now I've got the car situation on the right side, CarPlay on the left, and it tells me actually my odometer over here, speed limit. All right, so let's talk about airflow and this screen. Even though there's a vent right below the screen, it's a small, narrow vent. And so it does restrict your airflow a little bit. Like, you do get something coming to you through that vent, but it's also hitting the steering, the back of the steering more than it's hitting your face directly. So on a very hot day, it would take some time for it to fill it, but you still get air coming to you. It's just not gonna be full blast like you get through the air vent itself. So just be aware. Overall, I really like this screen. It's been installed for some time now, and I use it every day. It's very nice. It shows you what you need to see. You can change the view. It has a lot of features. It's just very informational, seeing all that information in front of you. So except for the air flow issue, which again, like I said, over time, once you're in the car for some time, it does cool down enough to where you don't feel it. I don't have any issues with it. I do get some air coming out from the side also because it's not blocking the entire vent. So overall, I think I really like it. It's a really good product. It has a lot of features that you can use. You can see it shows you turn signals. It shows you your car, lights on this on it. It shows you blind spot monitoring. You can see the red bar showing up on the side. It also nags you, show you the autopilot nags or FSD nags. And so if you are interested, definitely check out Teslasy for yours. Put your order in. There's going to be coupon codes in the description. Hopefully this video helps you install, and we'll see you next time.